as you normally see these big men as the anchors of FEU's game, especially defensively.
You're looking at the two-time mythical team member, Aldrich Ramos. 2 straight years for him, and scampering probably would be the operative word of that whole paragraph of words that you've mentioned earlier, TJ, about the front line. And I guess that also speaks about the whole team. They really looked lost. They looked like, you know, they got punched in the gut and were not able to recover. So we're definitely interested to find out what happened in the FEU camp, whether it's in training. Stephanie C will join us for that, whether it's in training, whether it's in the huddles, whether it's in the locker room. Well, Stephanie, please paint us a picture of the FEU Tamaraws coming into game number 2.
Well, Saturday was definitely just not their day, and the coaching staff of FEU agreed that there are various factors involved in that defeat. Pressure is definitely one of them, considering that it's the first time for the Tamaraws to get back in the final since 2005. The crowd was also a factor in spurring the Eagles to do their best. Aside from that, not working together as a team could have played its part. In short, nagkanya-kanya kasi sila. Lastly, there was a lack of effort from the Tamaraws. But then again, like Coach Ken would always tell the guys at the end of every loss, let's learn from this. After all, what's done is done, and that game is water under the bridge. Ruben, TJ?
Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Well, that's exactly what they got to do. And, you know, I was saying this at the end of game 1. It's a mental thing. They got to totally erase the memory of game number 1 because there's not much good stuff to pick out of it anyways. And go into game number 2 thinking about it as a one game at a time thing.
All right, we'll talk to Stephanie C later on. I wanted to focus on that. I was about to mention it. If you're a coach, and I'm talking about both sides, TJ, how do you try to erase? Because even Ateneo, there are some things obviously you can build on from game number 1.
Yep.
But you cannot coast anymore. You cannot rest on the laurels of game number 1. How do you put this game number 2 in perspective? I'm sure Ateneo, that has made the finals a playground the last 3 years, they know how to refocus for a brand new game. How do you do it if you're FEU, even with a rookie coach in the finals for FEU?
It's really easier said than done. And this is one of the hardest things in coaching any sport, any league.
Correct.
Motivation. You know, especially when you got guys who are demoralized that badly. It's hard to pick up and say, you know, we can do this, we can pick up from this, especially if they haven't experienced that kind of a loss before. I mean, they were not blown out this season. You can't say, oh, na blowout na tayo dati, we can bounce back this way. It's tough to do that. And as they said, they didn't have the championship experience. They've never been here before, so it's really a whole new ballgame. But they have to really take all of those factors out. Erase the crowd, erase the emotion, the drama, the pressure, and think of it as a basketball game.
Yeah.
You know? And think of it as that, because as a basketball game and a basketball team, this is one damn good team. They've done so well the whole year. And you know, they got to build on that. They got to build on that, how good they are and how good they can play the game, and take all the other factors out and just play it as they want to play the game.
Well, you can't use it anymore as an excuse for game number 2. They got their feet wet already in game number 1. They know how it feels. They know how it looks. And I think, yes, there has to be a little bit of emotion for them. It's about channeling it the right way here in game number 2. We'll talk more about it as Ateneo's almost making their way here to the Araneta Coliseum, at least to the playing court. We'll take a break. We'll be back here at the Big Dome. Ready. Well, they're actually already on their way to the court here at the Araneta Coliseum as we are moments away from game number 2 of the finals of the UAAP 73rd season. Will it end today? A lot of factors to talk about when it comes to this matchup, Ateneo and FEU. And if you're Ateneo, the one thing that you don't want to do is give FEU that window of confidence to come back, to hang with you, maybe steal a game, and get fully confident going into game number 3.
You know, even if you're Norman Black, I don't think he's expecting a blowout again.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in their right mind would be expecting a blowout again like what we saw in game number 1. We do expect a war today. Do we expect FEU to be favored to win it all? Maybe not, but their backs are against the wall. It's you know, I'm trying to think the last time we've seen the Tamaraws with this kind of pressure.
Yeah.
That they were never in the bottom 2 in the twice to beat scenario. Last year they were in the top 2.
Yes.
They lost it though, twice to UE. So in pressure cooker games, this is something that they really have to prove they can do well.
All right, let's look at some facts factoids going into the finals. I said earlier in the intro, you'll see a graphic about it, but I also said earlier, other than what you're going to see here, just from a three-peat standpoint, which is an amazing achievement in any sport, really. 39 years, only 2 teams have done it. 4 teams all in the history, but 39 years, only La Salle and FEU. FEU, if you remember, was given that other championship during the Benitez controversy, La Salle. So technically, they are three-peat champions between 2003 to 2005. Other facts that we have here.
Well, you're looking at the other interesting facts here. Since 1994, Game 1 winner of the Best of 3 finals has gone on to win it 16 times. 12 of them have gone on to win it 16 times. That's 75% winning percentage. That's how big Game 1 has been since 1994. Also, only 4 teams who have lost Game 1 have come back to win the series. Since 94, the series has gone the distance 8 out of 16 times, 50% of the time. And Ateneo is actually 3-1 when it has won Game 1 of the finals. FEU is 0-2 when it lost Game 1 of the finals. I think this is the most critical stat you're looking at right now.
I hope they don't know that.
Yeah, they're not looking at the screens right now. This is a stat we were talking about earlier, how this team responds to the pressure when their backs are against the wall. Thankfully for them, none of them were around in 1998 and year 2000. It's the school, of course. It's the history of the school. That it was also a different coach back then, and also even a different athletic director, let's put it that way, because the way Mark Molina's running the whole scenario there in FEU.
No matter what you say, though, about you know, the numbers as we see, the percentages, you know, that is the reason why the game is always played, because, you know, anything is possible. And Ateneo, Coach Norman Black, both the 2 coaches here today, will be the one to tell you that a 1-0 lead is not safe. He had that lead in 2006, lost it to the UST Growling Tigers, to a rookie coach named Dido Harencio, and then won that championship in spectacular fashion. So he doesn't want that happening to them again with this 1-0 lead. All right, Ateneo and FEU finally locking horns when we come back here on Studio 23.
Season 73 UAAP, the finals. First, gunning for their first 3-peat ever in UAAP history. We are reigning, defending, back-to-back senior champions, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. And shooting forward, number 20, Ryan Willoughby.
And the #1 ranked team after the elimination round. Ateneo, FEU, Thursday. Showcase, Boom Gonzalez, TJ Manoto, and Al Derry at the helm of this ABS-CBN Sports presentation. Hello, Philippines. We're ready to go. Important for FEU as they start the Front line, Biggs has a first foul of game number 2 is called on FEU. Special batch of players for Ateneo looking to give their school their first three-peat in its history. They've tried before, never been able to get over the hump. They're hoping to do it today. They have 2 chances to win it as Justin Chua comes up short. And Manilo Cervantes clears the glass. Garcia, the MVP of season 73. Ramos. Sana, top of the circle. Got it!
Sana was 0 for 6 in game number 1, over 3 from beyond the run. You wonder why Coach Ray had the confidence to put him in at the starting 5. I guess he must have had a good week in practice. And if there's anybody who really has no fear of taking 3-point shots off those screens, it's Gonzaga.
Remember what he did against LaSalle.
Yeah, he brought the game into overtime.
Speaking of FEU, let's check in with Stephanie C. Stephanie?
Moving on, starting at and forgetting about last Saturday, the Tamaraws have no plans of ruining their shot of becoming the champions, so they will work double time in order to make sure that they start strong and finish even stronger. Defense and effort. These are the things that they need to during game number 2 plan on improving and working on specifically their transition defense. Earlier in the dugout, the Tamaraws were told by Coach Glenn to play with pride with a lot of heart and to give all they got by playing as if there's no tomorrow. Sabi nga ni Coach Glenn, let's focus. Hindi biro-biro itong game ito. All business na. Alam kong kaya natin yan. So he wants the guys to believe that they can do it. On a side note, Yet Sudel might play with a fractured left hand, which sustained from last Saturday's game. You and TJ.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. That's Newell. Might not play today. See his left hand wrapped up. Mentos Rainbow conversion. 3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow because it's going to know what's coming next. Speaking of which, one for missing his first attempt. Cervantes with a couple of rebounds. He loses that one though. Let's go to Jessica Mendoza from the Ateneo side.
Long before the start of this game, I asked Coach Norman Black if he felt that the Blue Eagles played their best game last Saturday, and his answer was, I hope not. He added that it takes 2 games to win a championship, and that despite the score in Game 1, the Blue Eagles still made a lot of mistakes defensively. So today it's going to be about doing what they did last week even better, boxing out, rebounding, and not allowing FEU to take wide open shots. Most importantly, Coach Norman said it's going to be about playing as a team. They need to share that ball to win this game. TJ?
Samson courtside update. Samson turn on tomorrow.
Well, we just saw Justin Chua smothered underneath by 2 big guys and FEU blocking that shot. Something that he did not experience, not even once. Game number 1, he hardly was contested like this, and he was not blocked definitely in game number 1.
Next tournament shot block. Next tournament unbeatable defense against Sweat. For winning blocks. Alvin Ramos. 7:39 to play. 5-2 is our score. Ryan Cuenafe, top of the circle. Short of the 3, Exeminado, but a good rebound. And a foul by Cornford.
Not really the shot of Ryan Cuenafe. He doesn't want to take his 3-pointers off the dribble. He wanted to make a good rotation kick out, but we see here that loose ball was picked up by Exeminado. Cornford was in the wrong place at the wrong time picking up that foul.
Samsung gets the green play. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Another foul. No, a technical foul. This time on Paul Sala.
Referee's calling it an elbow that he threw to Kurt Long. See if we caught that on cam. This is the... Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, he scores Justin Chua.
Samsung gets the green play. Samsung turn on tomorrow. Technical foul.
But it didn't look contact. It didn't look like a good contact. The referees will call that regardless of contact. Actually, if it did make contact, he might even be thrown out of the game. There's an elbow above the shoulders by rules before, I don't know now. Normally gets you out of the game. Yeah, it was by the shoulder.
Babawi na naman dun sa tubog ni